Okay, here we go. What day is today?
All right, today is Saturday, March, I don't even know. March, what is it, the 15th?
I think so.
St. Patty's Day, I think. But we have a long run, 22 miles, so 5-mile warm up, and then we're doing it all in the cemetery, which is 2.5 miles of basically up and down hills. There's no like real flat area, and breaking it up into 4 miles hard, 1 mile easy recovery. After the hard miles, we're checking blood lactate, and the goal is to descend the miles from 6:10 pace. So the first 4 miles should be about 25 minutes 10 seconds. Then descend that to 6 minutes, and then 5:50s for 3 by 4 miles hard, 1 mile easy. Checking blood lactate after each, and then a 2-mile cool down. So that'll give us 22. And yeah, so it's all in the cemetery. We are in Buffalo, New York, by the way. I got my cousin Pasquale filming today, which is huge. And I have some carbs and gels and hydration with me. And I'll talk about that all on the run, so we'll get started.
And we're off. And we're off. How does the warm-up feel?
So far, so good. I'm carved up from last night. Had some monkey bread last night.
He said carved up from last night. How many miles we got on the radar today?
22 today. I am, I believe, at 48 on the week so far. Goal is 80. And yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Today I got my chest strap on, which I normally don't go by heart rate, but I really just wanted a lot of good data from today so that I know hopefully exactly how the race will pan out. Which, by the way, is Boston.
We're doing Boston, baby.
The Boston Marathon, which we are, from Monday, will be 5 weeks out. So
Okay.
this week and next week will be kind of like peak weeks. Last week was 80 miles on the dot, and then this week 80 probably. If I can go a little bit above 80, I'd like to. And then
How's your breath feel?
feel good. Going a little bit fast for a warm-up, but we're also running downhill, so we'll get that time back. That's the other thing about this loop, is that I don't want to set each mile pace. I don't want to live by the mile pace. I want to break it up into the 4-mile segments, because there's so much up and down hills and action, and even with the wind in every direction. I just want to hit the overall time for the 4 miles, not focus so much on each mile has to be. And it'll just make it a lot less monotonous and enjoyable.
You know what I should have done? Strap the GoPro to my backpack. So if I ride ahead of you, I get the straight shot.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Next time.
Right now, heart rate's at 135, which is zone 1 for me. I'm using the zones very loosely. I don't really ever train based on heart rate. I use it as a guide, but there's so many variables like temperature, wind, hills, things like that, or just internal variables like stress, sleep, like hydration, things like that can change your heart rate so much that you don't want to solely focus on heart rate. To me, training with multiple tools is the best, but at the end of the day, if your goal is to race and hit a time, you have to train to hit those times. You can't train based on heart rate. Otherwise, you're just training to be healthy. But when you set a high goal, or any goal, like a 3-hour marathon, then you just want to...
Oh, Marina's calling.
You could just cancel it.
What'd you say?
You could cancel it.
Okay, I'll let it run. It's still recording.
I lost my train of thought. Also, you don't have to record the whole thing. Just,
You're talking
I like
about...
explaining.
No, that's good. My bad.
Oh, what was it? Oh yeah, methods, tools of training. So anyway, so yeah, like one method isn't perfect, like heart rate or lactate, or I mean, really the best method I will say is perceived exertion, but even that can get tricky because, like, for example, like my athletes, a perceived exertion of 10, like, to me, is like an all-out sprint and something that you can hold for only a minute or whatever, 2 minutes. But for one of my athletes who's just getting into running, it might be like, a 10 might be a 20-minute tempo. That makes sense. So it's all relative, and basically what I'm trying to get at is you should train to hit your race goal, whatever that is.
How much do you train over your race goal versus like heavy training day
That's a good question.
versus
So,
race day?
like, scoot over here.
Scoot.
For overtraining, like, you want to make the marathon feel easy or comfortable, at least for most of it. And so that means you got to make harder paces in the marathon feel easy. But like, for example, I'm not gonna run a sub 5-minute mile in the marathon, but in training, some of my runs require me to do like intervals at that 5-minute to like sub 5-minute pace, where I do those just for like leg turnover and stuff like that. And it increases VO2, and it increases lactate threshold.
There you go. Ooh, those hills are hard on the bike. There you go.
It's a good Boston sim. 1K max grade is about 5 or 6, or 6 or 7, and super windy. Max grade is about 6 or 7, with an average grade about 4. So that's where I know I'm gonna lose time, but maybe some good downhills, and then a lot of undulations. Just to change everything. Spending 2.5 hours with me in a cemetery while I run. It's actually, my wife wouldn't even do that for me. But I'm just kidding, maybe she would.
Yeah, when Leah said no, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, Leah said no.
Even Leah saying no.
Yeah. That's alright. And it's hard to
Early morning. Early
it's hard
morning.
to be married to a marathoner or a triathlete.
It definitely is.
Just gotta tolerate a lot. But actually, it's a beautiful day. Aside from the wind.
Oh,
Sorry.
my bad.
Making a break.
Whoops. A little bump and grind over here. Look at these roads. Look at these roads. Terrible. Where are we in, 2 miles?
1.75. Around 12 minutes. Heart rate's 143. So zone 2 or like an aerobic zone.
How long does it take to bring your heart rate down?
Uh,
Let's say you're just getting started training and you want to run a marathon. Talk to
that's a
people.
good question too. If you are just getting started, intervals are really important to build fitness because it'll help increase your lactate threshold and overall fitness. Hey, that's funny. That was Natalie's fruit.
What did you say?
That was Natalie's fruit body. But yeah, so like if your goal is to just work out with a low heart rate, like you're in a zone 2, then just doing easy stuff all the time is what you want to do. But if your goal is to be able to tolerate harder paces for longer, intervals are your friend.
So you want to speed it up, slow it down, speed it up, slow it down.
Yeah. And really let the heart rate recover.
How often do you cramp while running?
I haven't cramped in a while.
Oh. What is your suggestion for people who get cramps? Let's say leg cramps, stomach cramps.
Yeah.
While running.
Well, Well, first of all, two different things. Their stomach cramps are usually a GI issue, and that comes with one, training your gut to be able to take in carbs. Two, reducing fiber before you do any hard activity, because fiber and low hydration is what causes the cramps. But to get over them, that's really tough to say. Sometimes they just pass on their own. Other times people need to just stop for a minute or increase water intake. For calf cramp or hamstring cramp or whatever, it's usually an electrolyte imbalance. So increasing sodium intake while you're training is huge. Coming into a session well hydrated is huge. If mentally you're bonking, and by bonk I mean like that feeling when you like hit a wall and you really can't power through, that's usually your carb stores being completely reduced, and your body starts to burn protein and muscle as its main source of energy, which is what you absolutely don't want. That can lead to serious issues like rhabdo, which is like the protein breakdown, and when your kidneys can't excrete the protein fast enough, and that's a serious issue. You need to go to the hospital for that.
Oh, wow. Lap one.
2.45. So just shy. But we'll add some.
You make it look easy, Dante. You're gliding right now.
Just my warm up.
You're gliding.
But I do want to make sure I've got energy.
So talk to all the big people out there, Dante.
Who is it?
Talk to all the big people out there.
Big people?
Big people trying to get started running, trying to get off the couch.
Oh, well,
How do they get started?
the best thing you can do is slowly increase your cardio. Like, you don't want to just get right into running. You want to make sure you have the right shoes. Support is huge. And the biggest thing about running is it just puts so much pressure on your joints and force impact on your joints that it's really important to load it properly. Like, you can't just go right into running.
You gotta build up your
even
bones.
1 mile.
Right?
Like, you need to build us here. You need to build
Build your
strength
bones up.
in the joints to brace for the impact. But
Windy today.
Super windy. In fact, who's famous is buried here?
Some presidents.
Yeah, but no.
William McKinley, I'm
No,
pretty sure.
Who's that rapper?
Rapper?
Yeah.
You mean Rick James?
Rick James. He's over
You mean
there.
the father of soul and R&B?
Yeah. Rick James is over there. I'll point him out next time.
There's space available for when you're dead. So Dante, how does running make you feel about death?
Death?
Yeah. You're running in a cemetery. You're so alive in a place so dead. It's a juxtaposition, isn't it? It's
It
almost
does make you think a little bit.
it's almost poetic. So talk to me.
I mean, this is just peaceful. Like, it's the one place where there's minimal cars in Buffalo. Some good elevation, good scenery. I mean, seeing water, little creeks are nice. The tombstones can be really pretty. But when I do run here, when I was running here in the winter, there was this big family of deer, and there was 2 baby albino deer, like pure white.
Oh wow.
And I was running here in the winter by myself, and it was like, that was like the first time I ever ran in here, and it just felt special. And now every time I come here, I try and look for those albino deer, which I saw them twice after that, and they're just cool. I think they're pretty rare. I got a picture. I'll find it later.
Albino deer. How you feeling? 22 minutes in.
Pretty good.
So give us your stats, Dante. What's your height?
Heart rate's 144. I'm 6 foot,
What's your weight?
185.
Solid. Solid man
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
a lot of weight to bring up these hills, but makes me a little bit of a better downhill runner. But in the beginning of training, my weight I thought would be an issue, and I really tried to like lose a little bit, but I got a body scan, and my body fat percentage was like 9.2%. So even if I tried to lose like 5 pounds, I mean, that would come down to like 7.5, 8 maybe. And that's kind of too low. Like, I think 9 is a really good place for an endurance athlete. Or like an elite endurance athlete, I suppose. I definitely am carrying a lot of muscle, more than most runners probably, but it's like kind of hard to lose that, especially because I enjoy lifting a lot. But I don't ever restrict calories. Like, I truly eat whatever I want, when I want.
How does that feel?
Which is
Free?
probably a problem, but
No way. No way it's a problem.
for now it's okay.
No way it's a problem.
It'll be a problem in the future if I ever stop.
No.
Or back.
So, talk to me. What's your heart rate at?
145. We're going uphill, so
What's the fastest marathon run ever? Fastest time
for me or for in the world?
in the world.
159, like 45 or something like that.
Jeez.
World record.
And what are you about to run today? What's your record?
My record is a 2:47.
That's crazy.
And my goal for my next race is 2:40. I think I can do it. Right there.
How far do you take your energy pack?
So, I'll take the
Bike.
So, talking about nutrition, I have about a liter of water full of chilies. And I brought 2 different gels.
What did you bring?
One is Morton, which is, I think, 25 grams of carbs. And the other is a new brand I'm trying out that's half the price of Morton. And so it's $2. It's 2-to-1 ratio fructose to glucose. And it is 50 grams of carbs. So double the amount of carbs, half the price. I haven't tried it yet, but since it's more economic for me, I'll test it out today. If it doesn't go well, I'll it makes my stomach hurt, I'll just not use it. I brought enough of both to get me through. But the goal is like 80 grams of carbs an hour. And I'll break that up into the 5-mile segments. So after warm up, I'll have the 50 grammer. And then after my first rep, I'll do probably another 50. And then if those go good, I'll stick with that. If not, I'll go to the Morton.
We should go live next time.
Instagram
We
live.
should just do Instagram live.
I know one wants to watch this.
Yeah, they do. You don't think the people want to see? You don't think the people want to see greatness in the making? They do. They do.
Right here.
Oh. Oops. Oops.
Nice. It's nice to get some music from the stadium.
I know. What's going on over there? A baseball game?
Either baseball or lacrosse.
Oh, true.
So, this week I did, I tried to remember. This week I had one hard workout. It was on a Wednesday. And I did 4-mile warm up. 10 by 800 meters with 400 meter float recovery, so like 6:30 pace for the recoveries.
Okay. What else did you do?
And the 800 meters were at a 2:33, 2:34 pace, or per 800. So I'm super happy with that. 5:45. All right. Oh, never mind. I want to pause it.
Pause. You want to pause it?